Right now, the biggest World Cup in history is taking place. Millions of fans are watching the games. Stadiums are packed. Countries are fighting for glory. But while everyone is focused on the goals and celebrations, there is another competition happening behind the scenes, a financial competition. Because the 2026 FIFA World Cup is not just a soccer tournament, it is a billion-dollar business. But here is the question: who is really winning financially? The 2026 World Cup is making history. For the first time, the tournament is being hosted by three countries: the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Over 39 days, 48 national teams are competing in 104 matches across 16 host cities. This is the largest World Cup ever organized. More countries, more games, more tickets, more television time, and more opportunities to make money. A report from Bank of America estimated that around 6 billion people worldwide could watch World Cup content through television, streaming platforms, and social media. That is around 75% of the world's population. And when you control the attention of billions of people, you control something extremely valuable. That is why broadcasting rights, sponsorships, and advertising around the World Cup are worth billions. Hosting a World Cup is usually extremely expensive. Countries normally spend years preparing, building stadiums, expanding transportation systems, creating new infrastructure. Brazil spent more than $12 billion preparing for the 2014 World Cup. Russia invested more than $14 billion for 2018, and Qatar transformed parts of the country before the 2022 tournament with massive investments connected to stadiums, transportation, and urban development. But 2026 is different, especially in the United States. The stadiums were already there. The airports were already there. The hotels were already there. Many games are being played inside massive NFL stadiums that were built years before this tournament. Instead of creating everything from zero, the organizers are using existing infrastructure. That changes the economics completely. Lower costs, higher capacity, more matches, more revenue opportunities. From a business perspective, this is exactly what companies want: increase income without dramatically increasing expenses. According to estimates from FIFA and the OECD, this World Cup could generate a global GDP impact of around $41 billion. The projections include hundreds of thousands of jobs, billions in tax revenue, and billions spent by fans on hotels, flights, restaurants, and entertainment. In the United States alone, estimates suggest an economic impact of more than $17 billion. On paper, that sounds like an economic jackpot. But there is another side to this story. Some economists argue the real impact may be much smaller. The problem is something called substitution. Just because people spend money during the World Cup does not mean all of that spending is new. For example, a person spends money on a World Cup ticket, but maybe they skip another vacation, or they don't go to another event, or they reduce spending somewhere else. The money moved. It wasn't necessarily created. Another issue is tourism. A city may receive thousands of soccer fans, but some regular visitors may avoid traveling during the tournament because hotels are expensive, flights cost more, and cities are crowded. So the headline numbers don't always tell the full story. But there is one organization positioned to make huge money: FIFA. FIFA has built one of the most powerful sports businesses in the world. Think about the model. The host countries provide the stadiums, the cities handle many preparations, the fans create the demand, the players create the entertainment, but FIFA controls the product: ticket sales, broadcasting rights, sponsorship deals, licensing. Those are the real moneymakers. For this World Cup cycle, FIFA expects billions of dollars in revenue. Ticket sales alone are projected to bring in more than $3 billion. And that does not include all the money coming from television networks and global sponsors. One of the biggest controversies during this World Cup has been ticket prices. Many fans are discovering how expensive attending the biggest sporting event in the world can be. Part of this comes from dynamic pricing. This means ticket prices can move depending on demand. When more people want access, the price increases. Airlines do this, hotels do this, concerts do this. And now, major sporting events are doing it too. From a business perspective, it maximizes revenue. But for fans, it raises an important question. Is the world's game becoming too expensive for the average person? The World Cup teaches us something important about money. The biggest financial winners are often the ones who own the system. FIFA does not need to own every stadium. It does not need to employ every player. It created the platform, and platforms are extremely powerful. Think about modern companies. YouTube does not create every video. Airbnb does not own every house. They control the ecosystem. FIFA has done something similar with global soccer. Every 4 years, the world comes together. Billions watch, companies pay, fans spend, and the machine keeps growing. The 2026 World Cup is giving us unforgettable moments, amazing goals, historic games, and millions of memories. But behind the passion and the national pride, there is a financial machine generating billions. And when the final whistle blows, the biggest winner might not only be the country holding the trophy, it might also be the organization behind the tournament. Follow Smart Finances for more content about money, business, and how the world really works. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.